All right, welcome back to Play It Right TV. We have some news from the boxing world from our world champion, Riel Casimero. Not so nice news because he has been charged here in the Philippines. Ngayon, he's in the United States. And he's actually training, supposedly because he's supposed to defend his title in April in England. But now all this up in the air because of the recent developments. Kinito?
Well, tama ka, Dayan, no? Because baka nga hindi matuloy yung laban ni WBO Bantamweight Champion Riel Casimero na scheduled ang kanyang depensa against the Englishman Paul Butler sa Liverpool, England on April 22. Bakit kanyo? Well, unang-una, kailangan ng UK visa si Casimero para makapunta sa England. Meron po nangyari. Last February 11, nagkaroon po ng charge sheet against Casimero filed by someone in behalf of a minor, a 17-year-old girl who is charging Casimero with acts of lasciviousness. That carries a penalty of anywhere between 6 months to 6 years of imprisonment plus may fine. So, right after this charge was filed, lumipad po si Casimero kasama ng kanyang kapatid na si Jason papuntang US para umpisahin ang kanilang training for this defense against Butler. So, ito po charge sheet, makikita po natin ngayon, we are going to be flashing on your screens the charge sheet that was filed against Casimero and also an investigation data sheet. So, makikita po natin yan. Ibubura po natin yung pangalan ng minor who apparently is a Muslim of 17 years old. Hindi po namin sasabihin kung sino siya. However, the case has been filed and Casimero has to plead or has to answer the charges whether guilty or not guilty. Subalit
Yes.
si Casimero po ay nasa Amerika ngayon. And Dayan, there was a recent picture showing Casimero
With
dining
Donaire.
with Donaire
Yeah.
Jr. Dayan.
Yeah, so I mean all this because of this recent charge. So baka may magiging pagbabago or challenge si Casimero to be able to go to England to defend his title. But as you were saying, meron tayong nakitang post. I think it was posted by Nonito Donaire himself of him and Casimero. So naalala natin before na they had so many like tough words against each other when they were supposedly going to fight. Diba? Maraming nangyari. But we don't know if whether that means Casimero and is gonna join the promotion company that Donaire is in. We don't know how this is gonna affect his fight. But Kirito, you also mentioned that the party who is responsible for the boxing visa of Casimero has also filed a motion to revoke that visa.
Totoo yan,
Tell us
Dayan.
more about that.
Okay, but going back to that picture with Donaire, makikita po natin, we are going to be flashing that picture also on your screens so you can see it. Yung pong nasa likod is si Steven Lunas. Kaibigan po yan ni Casimero who also serves as his cutman. Now, in answer to your question, Dayan, yes, Tom Brown, who handles the promotional activities of Al Heyman's Premier Boxing Champions, was responsible for applying and endorsing the request of Casimero to get a U.S. visa. He was granted a non-immigrant working visa because as a professional fighter, you need that to be able to get to the U.S. However, hindi pa po nag-expire yung visa niya. But as soon as the case of Casimero was filed in the Philippines, in Taguig specifically, for this acts of lasciviousness, Tom Brown himself filed a letter with the U.S. Immigration Department saying that he would like to revoke the balance of the visa of
Boxing
Casimero.
visa.
So, kung may natitira pang buwan yung pong visa ni Casimero sa US, Tom Brown, who was the main sponsor of this visa, is revoking it. And he is asking now the US Department of State to revoke this expiring or the duration before the expiration of this visa. In
Yeah.
other words, they want him deported from the US.
Yeah.
Kung i-deport si Casimero from the US at ibabalik siya sa Pilipinas, he will now have to face charges against him by
Here.
this 17-year-old girl dito po sa Pilipinas. In which case, baka hindi po siya makakuha ng UK visa. And you remember, the WBO said very clearly, for whatever reason, kung hindi makarating si Casimero sa Liverpool para lumaban kay Paul Butler on August 22, he will be stripped of the WBO Bantamweight Championship. So whether he cannot get a visa, whether he is injured, whether magkasakit na legitimately, whether hindi makakuha ng timbang, for whatever reason, he will be stripped. So there are no
Yeah.
more excuses and no more reasons. Kung hindi
Yeah.
makakuha ng UK visa si Casimero, hindi siya makakapunta sa England, hindi siya makakalaban kay Paul Butler on April 22. And Diane, this now opens up an opportunity for one Filipino fighter whom we recently spoke with, si
Right.
Jonas Sultan. And you remember, Diane, that interview
Yeah,
we
he
had with
said,
Jonas.
yeah, sabi niya ready siya anytime in case he needs to step up to fill that slot. Pero it remains to be seen. Hindi tayo sure kung what action the US State Department will take, how soon they will do it, whether he will be deported and all that. So, but like you said, if he will be forced out of the US, malabo siya nga makakuha ng visa for the UK, which I know is also very strict in issuing their visa. So, a lot of questions here sa mga susunod na hakbang or steps na gagawin ni John Riel Casimero, and well, we hope to hear from him soon, and if it does happen na hindi siya if it does happen na hindi siya makalaban dun sa England, is well, the good news is that there's another Filipino nga na nakausap natin, si Jonas Sultan, who says he's really getting in shape there in Las Vegas with Yumir Marshall and with Jerwin Ancahas and Gio Santissima, if he is called up.
Remember, Dan, si Jonas Sultan is rated number 4 by the WBO in the bantamweight division and number 7 by the WBA. He's coming off that rousing victory over Carlos Caraballo. 4 na beses po pinatumbad niya yung previously undefeated Caraballo in New York last October. So he's certainly ready. Kausap po natin. Let's roll that tape to listen to Jonas Sultan saying that he's ready if in case hindi makalaban si John Riel Casimero. Just in case hindi makadating si John Riel Casimero, hindi natin inaasahan na hindi siya makakapunta. Sana naman makapunta si John Riel. Pero kung sakasakali man hindi siya makapunta, ikaw ba ready mag-step up na labanan si Paul Butler sa Liverpool, England? Jonas?
Yes, sir. Talagang nakahanda po tayo anytime, anywhere yung mindset natin. Kung sakali man na magkaroon ng problema si John Riel sa kahit ano, kasi hindi natin alam mga pangyayari, hindi natin naasahan yung mga ganun. So, anytime, sir, ready tayo sa pwede tayong lalaban kay Paul Butler na talagang pinaghandaan ko rin na makalaban ko si Paul Butler. Pinag-aaralan ko na yung niya. Sakali man na basta ako, sir, ready ako.
Okay, narinig na natin si Jonas Sultan. Ang sinabi niya is that in his heart of hearts, sana naman matuloy yung laban ni Casimero because Pilipino din siya.
Yeah.
Meron tayong malasakit and we hope that he's able to solve all of his problems. Managerial, promotional, personal, emotional. Lahat po yung mga problema ni Casimero because humahanga tayo kay Casimero. He's one of the world's best Filipino boxers. Super galing ni Casimero. Nakita naman natin yung ginawa niya kay Duke Maika, yung ginawa niya kay Zolani Tete. He is an incredible fighter. And we wish him all the best. We hope that he's able to solve his problems. Yet, sabi mo nga Dayan, kung hindi siya makakuha ng UK visa and for some reason, hindi siya makalaban on April 22nd, meron po naghihintay na Pilipino ready to step in. And bahala na si Sean Gibbons to make that play possible. Kung sakasakali man, Jonas Sultan versus Paul Butler for the vacant WBO Bantamweight Championship April 22 sa Liverpool, England, kung hindi po matuloy si Casimero. And yan po ang ating breaking news for the day. And Dayan, it was great to be able to share this information. We gave our viewers a look at those charge sheets against Casimero, that letter coming from Tom Brown revoking the remaining months of his visa, and also an exclusive interview with Jonas Sultan saying, handa siya lumaban kay Butler kung di matuloy si Casimero.
Stay tuned for more.
Right?
Yes, I'm Diane Casillejo. Stay tuned for more information about this developing story. Until the next time, I'm Diane Casillejo. We'll see you next time here on Play It Right TV.